Welcome to season 2 of I'm Sick of Y'all Shit podcast. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Holly Rod. And I get my girl Cash. Cash, where you at?
Hey, what's up? It is your resident local heathen, Cash.
Cash is gonna come on and she's gonna kind of be the moderator and the referee and keep this thing flowing and keep this thing going. Nigga Ray, what's up? Let me bring on my nigga Ray the Dirt. You know
what up, Old City? I'm sick of y'all shit. Ready to jerk in the mother. I chose violence today, baby.
I'm so sick of your shit, Ray. Like, I swear to God.
Is that the nigga that's with that Instagram chick?
Yeah.
That is not giving a good description. They're like literally all with Instagram.
I don't listen. I'm sick of your shit. Go on with
He wants us to talk about these damn pillows, and I really don't want to give him the segue.
These pillows.
Can we just move on?
These pillows was imported from Africa.
Oh my God.
But you just adding fucking shit to the story though, because here's the thing.
Right.
No, I am.
Really she's trying to protect that black queen.
Because I feel like if it was a man, y'all be like, hey, my nigga was just moving grimy. He had to do what he had to do. He making moves, blah, blah, blah. But now that it's a woman.
It ain't about whether it's a man or a woman, Cash. I'm sick of your shit. That ain't what it's about.
His fault.
It's his fault.
Yeah.
It's his fault for hiring that black. He should have went with a white queen.
Mute him. Thank you. I love how he was instantly muted. Like,
damn, why you be muting us? This nigga, he on her side?
Quit fucking muting me, producer.
Right, what type of
because now I'm sick of y'all shit.
hello, hi everyone. My name is Cash. Cash Money if you nasty. Welcome back to I Am Sick of Your Shit Season 2 podcast. I am here with my boy Holly. Go ahead, bring him in. What's up?
Hold on, Cash. Before you say anything,
what's up?
Yo, hold on. I gotta do this.
Time?
We gotta do this the right way.
Okay, what's up?
We gotta do this the right way.
Is that how we coming in today? That's how you feeling?
I'm out of fucking jail. Out of fucking Facebook jail. Fresh off a 30-day bid. And I'm sick of y'all shit. Man, look, never mind all of that. I'm sick of y'all shit. Let's get it.
All right, we got the mayor here. What's up? How you living today?
Hey, why am I always last to come in? Like, you don't never change the order. What type of shit?
I thought I was saving the best for last.
No, I ain't none of that shit. I don't need no reference. Next week we on first.
Hey, talk your shit, King.
Shit.
Okay, sometimes we gotta sharpen each other. Like steel and iron sharpens iron. So we gotta keep each other sharp.
She changed that hair color and she just thinks she
like to switch shit up. So it's not like she don't like to switch shit up. She just been real stern with these intros. So
because she switched positions.
Oh, frequently. Now, nigga, shut up. I'm sick of your shit.
Here we go.
Already. I was about to ask you how your week was first, but now I don't know. I don't like it.
You know what? My week was amazing. My son got his driver's license, passed it on the first attempt. So shout out to Lil Ray. He's growing up.
He's 16?
17.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Man. I'm one of them parents. I'm not in a rush for my kid to drive. So, when he was 16,
at all,
rush to get driver's license.
I don't blame you.
I mean, I'm just tripping off of how old we are, man. That he's old enough to drive, man. Like that's crazy.
You old. I'm
right. Young. Man, don't do that. We the same fucking age.
Right.
We the same fucking age, Ray. Don't do that. I'm sick of your shit.
You're the one who has gray hair. I don't. Hello.
Because you dying your shit. You ain't.
I don't need to die. You over there
dying your shit.
Douglas.
Like, what's it called? What is it? What's that called?
You dying your shit. Bro.
I don't have to, bro.
You dying your shit.
Like
you dying your shit like the rest of these niggas that's old as we are.
Oh my God.
Ain't no
Holly,
way you just got all fucking. Man, fuck that. I don't like how this nigga just took a shot at my fucking beard like that and my grays. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of the salt and pepper niggas out there, man. You know how we do.
You say you think it's
fake?
I
died.
Yeah, I think his gray is fake.
He thinks that I died. He thinks that I would have.
Are you giving yourself that look?
He's a St. Louis Nina Popper.
I'm sick of his shit because
we're not gonna do that today.
They coming to Kansas City.
I know.
You said what?
The whole 9 come to Kansas City. Everybody in the club.
From St. Louis?
Yeah, they come to Kansas City this Saturday.
In 2001?
This Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday, I believe. Yeah, this Saturday at Virtue.
I ain't heard about that one.
All right, well,
DJ Fresh.
Well, shout out to them. You know, they apparently still got listeners in the audience. They dropped a couple of classics, I think, back in the day.
I don't think they still have listeners. I just think people like that song from back then.
Oh no, we did talk about this. Yeah, because we were like, what song was he gonna do outside of that? Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
no, listen,
Chingy.
Yeah, Chingy's coming as well. He's coming in.
Chingy's
coming.
Chingy's still performing.
Right.
He's coming
What's going
Halloween.
on?
Yeah, Halloween. He's coming. Him and Ali. No, Murphy Lee.
Chingy is coming with Murphy Lee.
Right. This is not making sense. Wait, I gotta look this up. Chingy and Murphy Lee. All right, hold on.
Are you trolling, bro? Because you like a master fucking troll.
I'm dead ass serious.
Hold on.
Okay. So look, Cash, why you look that up?
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Cash, why you look that up on the fact check? My week was beautiful. I didn't think that I was getting out of jail over the week. So I'm out of Facebook jail, and I've been real careful in my commenting throughout the weekend because I don't want to go back. And I've been doing my job as a civilian and a good Samaritan. I've actually been reporting as many posts as I can since I got out of jail.
I thought you were going somewhere real with that.
Right.
Anyway,
like, what the fuck are we talking about?
No, it's real. October 30th. Murphy Lee, Chingy, and Fabo. The dude from B4L. The laughing
I just put it in the group chat. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all see that? Can you see that, people?
Halloween show.
Yep.
Shout out to the St. Louis hip hop scene and all of those guys, you know, old school and new school, man. Shout out to them.
That is the most random concert I've ever.
Saturday, October 30th. They be in the building.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's about a good 15-minute show between all three of them. That'd be great.
Don't do that. Wait a minute. Now don't. I'm sick of your shit, Cash. See, this is what I come home to. Fresh out of jail. This is the shit that I come home to.
I'm sorry.
The St. Louis slander and disrespect.
There is no way the whole 9 is doing nothing but those 2 songs. You know, the Nina Pop and then that Everybody in the Club. That's it. That's that.
20-year anniversary of the Nina Pop. 20-year anniversary of the Nina Pop.
Yeah, but I mean, Murphy Lee, did he have any like singles?
Murphy Lee has a new single out. Fact check.
No, not new single. I'm talking about it can't be new because ain't nobody really checking for that. But he didn't have like any singles on his own, right? Everything he did was with the St. Lunatics, correct?
Yeah.
No.
Murphy Lee did his individual thing.
He did a couple of individual songs that were big.
No.
Yeah, what the hook gonna be? That's him. That's Murphy Lee, and that was a
somebody's
good
on there though, right?
What the hook gonna be? Wasn't that before the St. Lunatics dropped their album? Was it after?
No, it was after.
It was after. But okay, that's one song. Okay, so now we got what the hook gonna be. Everybody,
and then he got all of his classic verses on songs that he was on with other folks. You've been to a fucking concert before. Niggas will just play their verse on a song. They entertain it. Man, shout out to Murphy Lee.
Name one song. Name one song that they'll just play his verse.
Oh, he got a few songs.
You talking about Murphy Lee?
Yeah.
They'll play his verse on Shake Your Tail Feather.
That's with them. I'm talking about other people outside of Nelly and them.
Oh,
name a song that he's on that they're gonna play his verse.
The Welcome to Atlanta remix.
And they just play his song? I mean his verse?
Yeah, they'll play the hook and where he comes in on the hook. Have you niggas not been to a fucking concert?
Yeah, but come on. I mean, like I said, 15 minutes. We're stretching 15 minutes here.
No, listen, y'all not giving Murphy Lee enough credit at all. Murphy
No,
Lee.
I feel like he did great for a Saint Lunatic, but when you talk about classic, no, ain't shit classic about him and his bars.
Well, bro, he's not at the fucking T-Mobile Center, nigga. It's a fucking like come on, man. Give him credit where it's due, man.
Okay, he's coming here. He's gonna get $800. Okay, shout out to Murphy Lee.
Just 800.
I mean, I can't see paying more than that for Murphy Lee. I can't. 1,000 maybe, but after that, hello.
That's fucked up. I can't. That's really fucked up. Listen, the views of my family on the podcast or their views. Shout out to Murphy Lee, the Lunatics, that whole movement. I'm just saying that you're not going. You kind of joined in a little bit on it. It's a 15-minute show. I feel like you're scared
because you in St. Louis.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. You know me better than that. Don't do that, bro. Murphy Lee is a fucking legend
Murphy
in his own right.
Our producer said he won Grammys.
In what album?
Right. For what? For how? We need more than just that. We need more info.
Best single?
Murphy Lee is
hold on,
heavily a part of Nelly's first album was a Lunatics album. Nelly's, let's just put it out there. Nelly's first album, when Nelly blew up in 2000, that first album, Country Grammar, was full of Lunatics features throughout the album. Nelly had 3 or 4 songs by himself on that album.
True.
And his biggest records featured Murphy Lee.
True.
Let's just put it out there.
I agree with all that.
Okay, let's see why he won a Grammy.
So he got a Grammy off Country Grammar, not nothing he did.
He did that though. Country Grammar is his album.
Fact check. Shake your tail feather.
And that's what I said. See, that's what I said. Shake your tail feather. I knew it had to be for that because that single went.
That's a classic fucking. It's a classic fucking record, and Murphy Lee is part of the classic era. So let's not do that.
Shake Your Tail Feather is a classic.
Yes, Shake Your Tail Feather is a classic off the Bad Boys 2 soundtrack, bro. Don't do that.
Wow. Y'all name anything a classic.
Oh, you know what? It was on his album. That's why it was on his album. Shake Your Tail Feather was on his album. So technically it wasn't.
It was his song. It was Murphy Lee featuring Nelly and P. Diddy. It was his song.
That is true. That is true. This is the longest I've ever talked about Murphy Lee, or that I've ever expected to talk about Murphy Lee. You know, it's just one of those things where I never thought I'd have a conversation about that man.
Your son is Murphy Lee influenced, man. I saw his hair.
How?
I look at his hair.
Because he has locks. Get out of here. Shut
Murphy
up.
Lee. Murphy Lee, the first rapper with locks. That's the only record that Soulja Boy ain't got.
Is that really what you're saying? What is it?
He's playing Shake Your Tail Feather, a fucking classic off the Bad Boys 2 soundtrack.
What are we proving? Everybody started dancing though.
Look.
You know what? Okay. I'll give it to you. I had to listen to it again. That's one of them that you don't expect somebody to play at a club. But if they do play it, it's gonna make you dance.
That's facts.
The motherfucker is gonna jerk, nigga. Don't front.
Damn, I just said the motherfucker people would dance. Damn, what the fuck else you want? You angry?
I'm feeling good, bro. I told you I'm fresh out. I'm feeling real good. Shout out.
All right.
To whoever. Everybody. Shout out to the fucking world. I'm feeling good.
Like I said, we're gonna move on because that was a really long conversation about Murphy Lee, but shout out to him. Okay, so today I want to be really careful like how I word this because I feel like there's 2 really different things. So today there was a shooting at a school. I'm really hesitant to say a school shooting because I think when you hear that, like that puts you in a different mind frame. I feel like that's a different thing. This one was more of a shooting at a school. And we're not really used to that, with our faces, or not how they presented it at first. Because at first, all we saw was this little boy's face, who looks like us, and they're saying there's a school shooting. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but to me, I'm like, wait, that doesn't even sound like,
Right. No, I agree. When they first said it with the black kid, I'm just like, wow, one of us really shot up a school,
Right.
you
But
know.
then they later came out and said that it was a fight that broke out,
Yeah,
and then that's where the
that's us.
gunfire came from. And
Yep.
when I heard that, I was like, okay, now
Yep.
that
That makes
sounds
More
a
of
more
a
little
sense.
bit
more of an isolated incident versus a
Yeah.
mass shooting
exactly
is
Right.
basically
right.
what you're saying.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
us.
it's
We ain't gonna fight.
it's that's us. It's sad and tragic either way, but yeah,
Right.
you make a really good point though, Cash. When they announced school shooting, black kid involved, it sounded a little fishy because we not really shooting up schools.
Right.
But if somebody was fighting and then somebody pulled the strap and started busting off shots, that
A
sound a little bit
shooting
more
at
like
a
us.
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody was shooting at school.
Either
Right.
way, it's definitely a tragedy that could be avoided.
Yeah.
Senseless. You know what I mean? Now his life is gone because every person who got hit, including those that were around, they're going to charge him with
Yeah.
attempted murder and also, a felon for each person. So,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
way different than just
yeah,
shooting somebody up on the block,
right,
doing that at school. That really
yeah.
changes the game. He did turn himself in. I don't know if that will probably
He's still
not.
gonna get, he's still
Yeah.
gonna get 70 years. Black
Yeah.
Yeah, I
kid,
think it's there it is. I think it's important to point that out. When other groups, those that are known for mass shootings, we can be candid. We all know
The uncolored we
white
said that.
kids fucking shoot up. No, I'm not doing that uncolored shit. I thought a lot about that over the week, and I thought that'll land me back in jail. So I'm just gonna say it like we don't normally
saying
say. White
uncolored
folks,
won't land you back in Facebook jail.
White
man,
people
I
will
think it
though.
will.
Oh,
No,
it won't.
Nah,
trust
man,
me.
people say
No, if you say white
this.
people, trust me. I've been in jail for it.
Yeah, uncolored
All
is
right, well,
safe.
listen. We can say white people on Facebook while we're on a live broadcast,
That's
and
true.
white kids are more known for shooting up schools, mass shootings, right? But when those cases usually come out, they kind of spoon feed and nurture
Yeah.
them as if there's some sort of victim, there's something that wasn't right in the head, they need help, so on and so forth. And black kids need help too, right? But we don't get those same headlines or treatment, and I think that it's important to point that out. Like when Ray said, he's gonna get 70 years. They're gonna throw the book at that boy
Yeah.
because he was black and
I'm
what he
interested to
did.
see the narrative that plays out. Like you said, how usually when it's white kids in school, they're a troubled teen, a troubled child. I'm really curious to see how much they will use child and teen with dealing with this black kid because he was what 17, 18
Yeah,
years
they
old.
said he's underage, so they need to handle him accordingly, like they
He's
handle
18.
kids the
I thought
color
he
of
was
copy
18.
paper.
Even at
So
He's not
18,
18.
even at 18, a
Yeah,
white kid is still a kid. So
yeah, they
I'm
definitely
really,
do that.
it's not gonna happen. Unfortunately,
yeah, I
the
know.
laws are so strict when it comes to us. Secondly, when it comes to school shootings, because of the history of school shootings, it's sad. It takes me back to the Independence Mall shooting where the little boy he shot, no one got hit, but they gave that boy 70 years. And
Mm-hmm.
basically,
Wow.
it's because of the endangerment of everyone who was
Mm,
there, and
Yep.
that's what
mm.
they're going to hit them with. So when I hear stories like this, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel sorry for people, youth or whatever. I don't feel sorry for them because they made that decision to pull out that gun and shoot when they could have just left. I feel sorry that they'll become a victim of the judicial system that's unfair, but I don't feel sorry for the punishment that they receive because we have to start thinking. We have to
And
start
the
using our best
yeah.
judgment.
And the full fallout from this is not even done. It was a teacher that got shot, and two of the kids are in critical condition.
Wow.
So, I
Yeah,
mean, if somebody dies, that completely
right.
changes it too. So,
Exactly. So
it's
it's
a,
hard for me
it's,
to feel
yeah,
sorry for him when he could have killed other people. Like I said, I'm more feel sorry for the judicial system that he has to face and the fairness, but he has to go in front of the court and face his consequences.
yeah, because
I
we
tell my
can't
son
I
that.
act
agree with.
blind. Yeah, we can't act
I,
blind to the fact that it's always unfair for
well,
us. So, yeah,
yeah, I agree. I agree to an extent, but I do kind of feel sorry for him because of how young he is. I mean, I don't want to get away from the fact that even though some decisions can be made while you're at a young age that you shouldn't make, uh, he's young enough to where he doesn't understand the full capacity. We were just talking about this last week when we talked about some of the young teenagers and some of the decisions that they make. He doesn't understand the full impact of his decisions yet. And he's going to do a lot of hard time starting to understand and process those thoughts. And I do feel sorry for him for that, because a lot of young kids, even though some of those decisions don't land them in jail, a lot of us make bad decisions that can affect us for the rest of our life going forward at a young age. And there is a piece of me that feels sorry for the youth in that situation.
That part I agree with what you're saying, that he's not fully developed. That part I do agree with. And it ties in with he has to face the consequences. And unfortunately, he's going to be held to a higher standard because he's black. But I have to think about the families involved. If that was my daughter, I'm gonna be like, fuck that nigga. You know what I mean? That was your kid.
Yeah, I feel definitely. I feel more sorry for the victims. I think he's the last victim on the list. I don't think he's the first. I would never put. He put a lot of people in danger that wasn't making that choice on that day. But he's still a victim of his circumstance and his age, I think, right? So definitely I feel more sorry for those involved that he put in danger, as with any of these incidents that happen, because there's a lot of incidents that continue to happen in the world that we live in, man. And Ray, did you see that report about that young lady who was killed or kidnapped out of her apartment, and they found her body, and it turns out that one of the maintenance men that was trying to get with her.
Yeah, I seen that.
I think her name was Miya Marcano or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. That's sad, man. It's a couple of years ago. I did a campaign that said "Protect our women and children." And it was aimed at men, not any color of men, just men in general, stepping up and being protective of our women. Stop filming and standing by while women are getting attacked, and also to be more responsible for our children as well. And this plays a factor into, there's been a lot of women deaths here in Kansas City where it feels like they're not protected. They don't feel safe.
Yeah.
Cash, you're muted.
You're muted, Cash.
It's simple harassment that could be stopped too. Little things that, are small, that may seem small, but that build up, because I'm sure he just started off with the case with Miya. He probably just started off with a few unwanted comments, maybe a few unwanted advances, things that could have been nipped in the bud if somebody would have saw it. But to most men, not saying all men before that even happens, but to most men, it's just kind of like, oh, well, he's just shooting his shot. Like, why is she being so sensitive? Why is she making a big deal out of it? But those little things can add up sometimes, which we see in this case. He
definitely, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that, and not only that, he was an employee. He worked at the apartment complex where she lives. So even if he was just shooting his shot, whether in today's times or the times where we grew up in, where a lot more belligerent things were kind of just commonplace, right? Even if he was just shooting his shot, it's a time and a place for doing that. And you not to shoot your shot at somebody like this. You're at work, right? First and foremost, just as a man, you are at work and on the job. So if you are shooting your shot at somebody that lives at the apartment complex that you are a maintenance man
for, it's inappropriate.
Yeah. It's inappropriate right there from the start. And I was surprised when reading about that case that they had that documented, that he had been trying to get with her, because if that's documented, why was he still working there, right? Why did he have? There's a certain extra caution that you have to take in protecting both your employees and especially women employees. You have to take certain precautions. If it's documented and on file, how is it public knowledge? How do they, like, I don't know enough about the history of it, but I just read that, this is a man that was trying to get with her. How do people know that? And he was allowed to continue to work there, to continue to have access to that maintenance key and enter her home, in the middle of the night and hurt that young lady.
Right. And looking at the comments, you see Akila, she says, as a single woman in Kansas City, she absolutely do not feel safe alone in this city. And that's bad, and that's across the world. That's not just Kansas City. It's a lot of places. I just went down to Atlanta And my friend said the same thing. She said Walmart's right across the street. And when I say this, Walmart's literally right across the street from her apartment. And she said, I don't feel safe walking across the street because they have people down there that kidnap you, cut you up, sell your body parts, everything.
All types of crazy stuff. Yeah. I once had a Lyft driver. He dropped me off at a bar once, and he like literally followed me into the bar and came and sat and had a drink at the bar. And I'm like, yo, you don't see like how inappropriate that is, that you just dropped me off at a place and now you're following me into this place and you're like at the bar, like trying to have a drink and, buy a drink with me. So, I mean, like I said, to most men, it just seems like it's so little. Like, oh, I'm just trying to talk to you. I'm just trying to shoot my shot, But just they don't see like how inappropriate they can be in some situations, how uncomfortable, they can make women feel.
And every woman doesn't have to, she doesn't have to talk to you. If you can't handle rejection, then you need to keep your ass at home, because women should be able to go out to a club and not, feel the need they have to get a telephone number out. Yeah, sure. You're there to have a good time. Sometimes people don't be in that mindset to give out their telephone number, So if a woman says no or whatever, and give you the wrong number or whatever may be the case, that's life. That's no reason to call a woman a bitch or beat her up or kill her. Oh, it's rejection. Like it's not to me, rejection is not necessarily disrespect. It's just her saying, I'm not interested.
Right. But, you just be surprised at how many men just can't handle rejection. Like, plain and simple. Like, they just can't handle it.
I've seen it in clubs where they be like, well, fuck you then, bitch. And I like, damn,
just saying, no, thank you. I've gotten cussed out before,
Yeah, so, just because you didn't want the number. I'd be like, damn.
I think you all, both of you all make great points. I agree 1,000%. And it's like now at this point, it's like, well, what do we do? Right. I think that it all just kind of starts with us nipping things in the bud. That's what I mean about, this guy is at work. Nobody should feel comfortable enough as a maintenance man for an apartment complex at work. Nobody should feel comfortable enough in that position to even try to talk to one of the apartment residents.
It seems like that would be something in their contract. I don't know. That just seems
but
like
I think it is. I think it is. But at the same time, how do people know that that's what was going on, right? Like she must have told somebody. People knew that.
I think they
people
said
that are around, like
somebody in the comments said that she worked there.
Well, even if that was the case, it's like if there are more than the parties involved that know about these things that are going on, that are inappropriate, I think it's all of our right. It's all of our duty. To speak up, speak out. Pull somebody.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest and disagree with something that you said, and that's the part of you working at the apartment complex, but not being able to talk to someone. I feel like you can, but if they say no, that's when you should fall back, because I don't feel like that's wrong to shoot your shot at
work.
Yeah, I don't think that's wrong.
I do. I do, just because of professionalism. Now, let me go on record. I done it for years throughout my career, but I know it was inappropriate at the time when I done it. It's inappropriate.
How's it inappropriate?
It's inappropriate because
you can't date. It just
Listen,
what makes it inappropriate?
It's inappropriate because of the professional capacity in which we are supposed to be interacting. So when you are going outside of that, you are taking a chance and a risk at any time, especially in today's times, because any little thing can be looked at as sexual harassment, making somebody feel uncomfortable. You put yourself in a position to lose your livelihood for it. So it's inappropriate for that.
Office
it's
rumors,
inappropriate because it's unprofessional, and it's something that you can get fired for if enough people speak out.
Is it inappropriate to also try to talk to a girl at church?
How is that the same?
No, listen.
No, I'm asking.
I'll answer his question. Let me say this. To try to talk to a girl during church service in that manner, absolutely.
No, not during. I'm just saying. I'm just saying at church.
Let me finish.
It could be after church, not during service.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Somebody that you know from church, out after the service, and you try to shoot your shot. no, I don't think that that's as inappropriate because you're there in a place of worship. It's family. We there to fellowship and give honor to the Lord. And hopefully, if we follow the right path, no, don't do that, right? If we
I'm there to
follow the
look at
right
the
path,
women.
Right,
no, bro. Now, if you go in there with the wrong heart, if you go in there with the wrong intentions, then you just being there is inappropriate. But if you there for the right reasons, which I think if you at work, Ray, I'm sick of your shit, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying, look, this is me, man. I would shoot my if I'm
That's
a
what I was trying to
man.
say. Kenny Diamonds is in the comments. You should find your wife at church. That's the point I was trying to get to, but Ray wouldn't let me because he's so inappropriate.
But if I'm a
no, I'm
maintenance
saying
man,
that the process, I'm saying it's not inappropriate to try to shoot your shot at somebody that you met at church because if the right process is followed, that's the way it's supposed to go.
Let me read the comments.
You're supposed to find your partner at church.
If I'm a maintenance man or whatever I do at an apartment complex, if I see somebody that's cute, I'm gonna shoot my shot. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's really in the contract, say you cannot.
Yeah, that's inappropriate, right?
I'm gonna shoot my shot. I don't care. I'm gonna be inappropriate, but if
you have to think of how uncomfortable that makes.
If she declines your advances, then you're done.
Then I'm done. I'll move on to the next victim.
Okay, and I can respect that, Ray. But what I'm saying is, if you shoot your shot and she's uncomfortable and declines your advances and speaks out,
you getting fired.
And you get fired. I'm okay with that because you was wrong from the fucking jump.
That's my point. Okay. I knew what I was doing.
We gotta.
Well,
I said that. If it's when they bring you on and they say, "Hey, you need to read this, our policies," and it's in there that you should not engage in activity with one of the tenants, you do it. I can't be wrong for getting fired for it.
But it's in all standard. It's in all standard contracts. I think
it's not though. It's not though.
It is as far as you to act in a manner of professionalism. There's a moral conduct code.
But who defines what's professionalism though? They have to actually
define
say
it.
that.
You just don't read it, nigga. There's a moral conduct code.
But I'm saying they have to say that in there. They have to say you cannot date tenants. If they just say you cannot be unprofessional, no, that's a broad range of shit. They need to tell me don't fuck a tenant. They need to tell me don't. If they don't tell me don't fuck a tenant, I'm fucking them.
Oh, okay. And then on that note, we gonna move on because you just
nigga make a point.
You fucking can't do that
completely against
right. Like why would you?
That's what I'm saying. Like you said, it's in the employee handbook. If it's in there, then cool. If they fire me,
it is my nigga.
Okay.
I'm saying if it's not.
Okay.
I'm saying if it's not in there.
If it's not in there.
How do you know that? You work in an apartment complex?
Because it can't not be in there.
It's a standard HR employee standard, bro. For you to even operate as a business, you have to have moral conduct
with
code.
Something like that.
Some businesses don't care. Some businesses don't care if you meet somebody at their job. They don't care. Some do, some don't.
We're not talking about meeting somebody, bro. We're talking about this maintenance man
who
continuously
has
trying to shoot his shot. Yeah. And then because she continued to turn him down, he then entered her apartment.
I know that part, bro. I'm past
like
that
that's
part.
What I'm saying.
What
we talk. That's the point, though. I'm sick of your
but
shit.
The point that I'm making, you trying to keep going back to the murder part. I'm past that part. I'm speaking in general that if it's not in the employee handbook that I cannot talk to a tenant, I'm going to shoot my shot. That's all I'm saying.
We got it.
Paint your beard pink.
Thank you. Shut up. We got it. All right, look.
Hey, before he got married though, Cash, he would do the same thing. He bullshit.
Okay.
He full of shit.
How about those Chiefs? Can we do that? How about those Chiefs? Chiefs
what
won?
was the score of the Chiefs game?
I don't know.
Cash,
you said what?
Exactly.
I know he won.
You're the moderator. You should have that score up.
You should have the score up.
I know what the score is. I watched the game.
So tell
So
me.
Then what was the score? The Chiefs finally won another game.
No, it does matter.
Won another game. What happened?
It doesn't matter. We won.
Are you changing your record again? Where we going?
No.
Where we going?
We won. What I say? No. I said 13-4.
No, 14.
I did. I said 13-4.
14-3 was the original.
No, but I said after those two losses,
I didn't count that. No.
Yeah, you got to count that.
You did. You
allowed
adjusted
to make
it.
mistakes.
You adjusted it.
Wait, what?
You said
What you just
13-4.
say?
He said we
I
allowed
said
to
we're
make
we allowed to
mistakes.
change things and make
Not
mistakes. So
that.
we lost 2. There's no way we only gonna lose 1 more. You know,
Where's your faith?
where's my faith?
Yeah.
When I go to church, I'm there for other reasons.
You right. You did. We just
See?
covered that. We did just cover that.
So the
You were
Chiefs,
there for that.
so the Chiefs won this week. What are what's the record now? 2-2.
We're 2-2. We play Buffalo Sunday here at home, night game, Sunday night football.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's gonna be a tough one.
Honestly, I don't think so, because when people, when they, highlight what teams are doing, Buffalo, yeah, they're 3-1, but their 3 wins came against bum teams, Washington, Miami, and I think Houston. Those are bum teams. They lost against a horrible Steelers team. So now you're going to come in to Arrowhead and you're going to play the Kansas City Chiefs, who is second in offense.
But is
So,
it a win?
it's the same with Denver. Denver jumped out to a 3-0, record. They ain't played nobody. As soon as they played the Ravens, they got their ass handed to them. And they want to say, oh, we didn't have our quarterback. Yeah, I had him the first half. He didn't do shit. So as the season begins to unfold, we're going to start, Chiefs, yeah, right now we're at the bottom, but we'll start working our way back up. It happens like that. It's football.
It's football. I'm going to start saying that.
So Ray, the Chiefs, the NFL season is pretty early. Did you look at any of the NBA preseason?
I don't really care about
Preseason
NBA
started.
that much, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Nets. Anything. If Kyrie don't play, I don't really care. But I'm a Nets fan.
So you a Nets fan, which is news to me. But you mentioned Kyrie.
Yeah.
Kyrie is about to lose millions of dollars because of his refusal of the vaccine.
Yeah, a lot of money.
The vaccine mandates in New York, they got that going on to where he can't play any of those home games unless he gets shot, gets the shot. What do you feel about that?
I hope he doesn't.
You hope he don't.
Yeah, I mean, if he can afford to sit out and lose money, don't do it, because I feel like he should stand on his principle. That's it. Now if you can't afford it, that's different. But if he can't afford to lose that money, I hope he doesn't get the shot and stands on it.
I mean, but isn't more than money though? I mean, it's his career. That's what he loves to do, right?
I don't think he really cares, honestly. Kyrie is one of those people that's hard to read. He, I don't know with him sometimes. But
so what I gather is you said if he can afford to lose the money, then he should stand on his principle. But if he cannot afford to lose the money, he should say, fuck my principles. I can't afford this.
Correct. Because he still got a family to feed.
Man, I'm sick of your shit. I'm sick of your shit, bro.
Because
principle. If you want him to stand on his principle.
No, hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
If you cannot afford to feed your family, then you have to make those sacrifices. But if he's able to afford to feed his family, then he don't need that shit. Stand on it. So I'm saying make smart decision, stand on your principle, but you also got to be smart. If it's going to affect your family and being able to take care of them, then that's when you have to say, hey, I need to put my pride, my beliefs to the side and look out for my family.
Yeah, I agree with that to a certain extent, but I just think that if you truly stand on your principles and just lead with good intentions, I think that you'll still find a way to where you'll be able to continue to feed your family. If you truly standing on your principle. I mean, listen,
figure it out. He will figure it out, I'm sure.
Right.
I feel like if you're gonna stand on your principle, then you should do that whether or not it has any type of monetary or financial gain behind it. I think
some people can do that, some people can't. Yeah, I mean, let's just be real.
I don't. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like if you can, definitely, but if you can't, then you have to put your family.
Some people are willing to die all the way out on that hill, and others, you get them up to a certain point, and they're like, well, I got to do what I got to do now. I mean, that's just realistically how it is.
That's the same that's even with entrepreneurship. You have people that will step out on faith and pursue, something in their heart that they want to do. But at what point do you say, this ain't bringing in the money? I need to go out and get a corporate job. Do you keep struggling and bring your family down with you, or do you say, you know what, I need to go back to my 9 to 5? It's the same thing.
I think that is comparable, but I'll just speak my opinion in it. I think that sometimes, you know, your vision, the principles that you stand on, they may not happen in a lifetime, in your lifetime. And so if you truly stand on that belief, you thinking about more than just your legacy and generation. You thinking about your family and your bloodline, and maybe you are you are in the position in your bloodline's legacy. You are in that position to take those. Let me finish. I know everybody's not built like that.
Hey,
Let me finish.
Don't raise your voice
so
at
you
her.
can answer the question.
Don't raise your voice.
I'm raising my voice at you because Cash, that wasn't at you. That's at Ray. So let me finish. What I'm saying is, if you were thinking beyond yourself, if you were thinking of something bigger and deeper than yourself, then somebody got to make that sacrifice to put your family and your bloodline in a position. So I think that for some people, if that's the decision that they make, then yeah, move out of that big ass house. Nigga, if that's what you standing on, first of all, I think it's a stupid fucking thing to stand on. Let's just talk about that. If Kyrie Irving, wait a minute, if Kyrie Irving is getting ready to miss millions of dollars because he doesn't believe in getting the fucking vaccine, I'm sick of his shit. Okay? Period. That's the stupidest shit in the world to fucking stand on. It ain't no fucking conspiracy behind it. No, fuck that. You need to get the shot. I'm glad that this podcast is social distancing, because I don't really know if y'all are vaccinated. And if y'all not vaxxed, then I'm sick of y'all shit too, because I don't understand why you would stand on that and go that far as to lose millions of dollars.
So you'll judge people because you choose to get vaccinated and others don't?
I just think it's a stupid thing to stand on.
Okay, I don't know if we're gonna get into that tonight. That's a lot. We can't even.
Are you vaccinated?
We're not doing that one tonight. We're not doing that tonight. Nope. So, yeah, let's cut their asses right the hell off. All right,
he happy because he went and got some shots in his ass.
Stop it. Speaking of shots in ass, I watched BMF, and you know, I don't know. You guys like really hyped it up. I don't know how sold I am on it. You muted.
You said BMF.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I just said the same thing. In the 2 episodes, I'm not impressed at all. The acting is horrible, and it's very boring.
I agree. I don't know. I was really excited because everybody really, really hyped it up, and I don't know. I just felt a little let down.
Us niggas, us color folks always hype shit up.
Sometimes we're right though. We can't say that like we're always wrong. I don't know. I had really high hopes. Maybe I went, you know what?
It's 2 episodes in. Are y'all familiar with the story behind BMF? Are we all familiar?
I am. Okay. We're only talking about the 2 episodes right now.
I mean, I can only judge it off of where it is right now.
Yeah, and now it's boring.
I've enjoyed both of the episodes.
What did you
enjoy? I think you're mixing it in with what you already know, so you have that excitement.
Yeah, I am. Let me. You're absolutely right. I'm given what I know about the story. Being that I am a writer and a storyteller, yes, I am impressed with the first 2 episodes. Ray, I'm sick of your shit. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You know the deal. Coming from me as a writer, me as a storyteller, I think that the first 2 episodes, they had some really good moments, and I'm impressed so far. Now,
what are you impressed with?
Well, speaking of storytelling, there was a documentary that came out. You guys are familiar with it. Ray, I know that you went to go see it. It was called Paseo to Pembroke. So we're going to go into a little blurb off of that film.
This crowd is ready and waiting. Number 1 against number 2.
Walk into a gym and hear a ball bouncing and you smell popcorn and you hear a band, I don't think it gets any better than that.
Peeler era that ended in 88 through the Jerron Rush era that ended in 98.
They loved it. I mean, it comes Friday night. You better get there early.
We like to call this place the Pit.
Oh, Friday night. Literally, you felt like you were fighting for your life.
You need security to get off the bus.
This is going to be nasty.
You know, heard the stories about Coach Lathrop. I hear these guys talk. I'm like, man, this man must be crazy.
1,000 people running out on the floor, just engulfed the whole floor. And
They didn't award us the trophy, and it was a joke.
There isn't a seat to be had in here tonight.
I think it holds 10,500. And I bet I've had 20,000 people tell me we're at that game.
This is going to be a happening. This was more than a basketball game.
We're not worthy over here.
And I said, who is this kid? And they said, Coach, that's the next phenom of Kansas City basketball. That's Jerron Rush.
By the time I was 11, like, who were the best players in the country?
In the evolution of Metro sports, yeah, Jerron and Kareem Rush were huge.
Man, we were at each other's throat.
Who do they think they are? I mean, they ain't the only ones that can play ball in the city.
I said, all right, watch this.
The head of the pack.
He could just flat out score.
And so you couldn't talk trash to him. He would laugh.
He was a dog on both ends of the floor.
That's a long legacy, and it's a proud tradition.
It's right here in the city, right here.
Hey, we Kansas City basketball. This is what we do in this part of town.
All right, so we have Carrington Harrison with us today to talk a little bit more about his documentary.
My
Can you
dude,
hear us?
C-Dot, what up?
How you guys doing? I was actually enjoying hearing you guys argue about BMF. I actually haven't watched it yet. I don't really like watching shows while they're still going on. So I just finished the Raising Kanan a couple of days ago, and now I'm watching Squid Game. So I'm waiting for
that's so
BMF.
good.
I'm hooked. Like, I haven't even
It's
watched Chappelle
so
yet.
good.
Yeah, I only got 2 episodes left. So yeah, no, I was enjoying hearing you guys argue about BMF. I wish I could add something to it, but I've only seen the trailers. The trailers look amazing, so I'm excited to watch it.
So C-Dot, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
So, you know, I was at the movie last night, you know, and as I said on social media, I felt like it was a great representation of Kansas City basketball. So shout out to you. Shout out to Tay. You guys did a wonderful job with that. Can you tell me what made you want to do this documentary?
I would say some of it was inspired by The Last Dance. I had this idea back in 2019 to do it, and I didn't feel like somebody had really done a good enough job sort of compiling all those stories into one thing. And it's not like you can go to the library and read these stories or in the encyclopedia to read them, that nobody had really done a good job sort of culminating this era, this time in our lives, and kind of putting them onto the screen. And last year, whenever COVID happened, I just was kind of sitting around, and I kind of felt like it would be unproductive if I didn't accomplish something during this time. Like, I felt like people were doing Instagram videos with DJs and people were learning all these different things. And I hired 2 of my friends, and we just went out and started shooting people. And it took me a little bit to kind of get an idea of what the story was, but just over talking to as many people as we talked to, I think people will see in the doc. I think the stories that kind of popped up the most were the ones that we kind of gravitated towards. And I think we came up with a really good body of work that I'm proud of.
Definitely. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get interviewed. You know, I put up good numbers in high school basketball, you know. So, you know,
Terrell, you can hoop though. But see, this is the thing though. And like, I'm happy we have a chance to do this. So like, there's a lot of stuff that like people didn't get a chance to see. So like Terrell, I got all the respect in the world for Terrell. He was somebody we talked to very early on, but it was like storage space and the file got messed up and like something went wrong. Like, we talked to Mayor Sly James. Like, Mayor Sly James is not in there. Like, it took me 2 months to get him to agree to do it. And then once he did it, like, that interview's not in there. Like, we talked to Marcus Denman early on in the process. And before I kind of knew, so when we were kind of going back and trying to put it together, like, nothing Denman really said, like, 100% fit the story. So, like, some of it was just, this was my first time doing something like this. So, like, understanding kind of how to all put it together, and also kind of taking the limitations. I know, Ray, you and I were talking about this earlier on Facebook. Metro Sports started in 1996. So a lot of the games from back in the day, there just weren't any footage of. So some of the story is kind of dictated by, well, what do we have to show people? Like, telling people the story in the documentary is only so good as you can show them the video of whoever's playing basketball on the screen. So at least what happened with the IL was, if it wasn't Derek Hood and Jack Bush, it just wasn't on television. You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't on TV. So a lot of the challenges to maybe show some Westport or show some other stuff was a big limitation sort of what we had in order to do this. I think I wouldn't say 100% was what we wanted to do, but maybe fully as flesh out every single thing that we wanted to flesh out is just impossible because not all of it's caught on camera.
Right. And
well,
for the record,
I'll say this.
Hold on real quick, Ro. For the record, he's not referring to me. He's referring to Terrell Johnson of Westport. Go ahead, Ro.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is that era was really golden. For me, when I heard you was doing the doc, I was real excited just because of the history that was going to be told from it, right? And I was even impressed. I haven't seen the documentary, but knowing kind of the depths of where you went with the storyline, I was really impressed with how deep you dug in getting some of the story put together. So can you tell me? You said it's viewing right now. Where's it viewing at?
So right now it's still at Screenland Armor. They've been great to us. So it's still viewing at Screenland. We're actually trying to push for some more dates just because of the buzz sort of around it. We're moving to the Fine Arts Theater, which is in Kansas. So on Friday, we're actually kind of celebrating that we're moving to another theater that they asked us to come out there. So Jerron's going to be there. Kareem's going to be there. We're going to do a special Q&A afterwards. I mean, the response to this has just been amazing. It's been kind of overwhelming. I told the story yesterday when Ray was there. So what happened on Tuesday night was it sold out, and there were still so many people that wanted to see it that they had to open up another theater to show it. Yesterday, they had to move Venom to another theater because more people had come to see Paseo to Pembroke than went to go see Venom at the theater yesterday. So the response to it has just been crazy. You know what I mean? Like, this was something initially I thought about just putting on YouTube. Like, it's kind of crazy that people have, responded to it in this way.
And it kind of takes me back to like the Kansas City People's Choice Awards, how you just be sitting around, seeing stuff. I'm looking at the BET Awards, and now 3 years in, we have a respectable award show. And like you said, back in 2019, you saw it and said, you know what, I need to do this documentary for Kansas City. And people don't really understand how those are not necessarily dreams that we have, but it's more ideas that we put to, we bring to surface and we put our all into. So to see that go from an idea on 2019 and tweet it to where it is now, that's where I give my hats off to you, because you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to recognize high school basketball. You could have just said, oh, fuck it. Like you said, let someone else do it, and probably didn't do the best job. But I really feel like your team, what they did with this documentary, with this film, highlighting teams like Liberty, Shawnee Mission that was balling. We didn't know nothing about that. So you educated us. I didn't, they had a Liberty team that was undefeated. The same year we was in high school, we would never know. We never knew about. You know what I mean?
We knew about more of the urban legends. The Anthony Peelers, the Derek Hoods. We knew more about some of those people that we could identify with in the history. And again, I haven't seen the film yet, C-Dot, bro. I'm gonna be there this weekend, so if it's still showing, I'll be in town this weekend, bro, and I definitely want to check it out. But to what Ray is saying, it sounds like you dug even deeper than I'm anticipating, and that's dope, man. Shout out.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, people like Ray inspire me. Like, I don't want it to sound like cap because I'm on y'all podcast, but I feel like people like Ray really try to push our culture forward as a city. And I think I hear a lot of times people do it for the culture. But if you're not improving the community in which you live, can you really say that you're doing it for the culture? So I kind of wanted this to be my gift to the city for what the city has given me. And I think to what you just said is, I think this is a story about community, and I think it's a story about where we live, where we're from. And I mean, I learned a lot. I'm not going to make it seem like I knew everything in this before I kind of started the process, but if there's one thing I came away with, maybe the biggest way of doing this is it don't matter if you black, white, grew up in the city, grew up in Shawnee Mission, went to a public school, private school. Everybody has a certain level of pride for where they're from and where they grew up in their neighborhood. And I hope that the documentary at least instills that in people. So, I mean, it's been really cool, you know, like a couple nights ago, this family came, they graduated from Pembroke Hill in 94. On Saturday, this woman came and she was the band director at Raytown South back in 1974. So the fact that it connects, you know, those kind of generations and those kind of people has just been really cool.
I got to one thing I'm just gonna say. Before you got there last night, I heard some of the people in the audience talking about it, and there was a lot of referees in the audience last night who ref the games that they were discussing prior to the show starting. So that's dope that, you know, they came back to check out the history. Two, question for you: what was the best part that you take away from this documentary when you was filming? What was like one of the best moments when you were doing this documentary?
I would say there were a couple of different moments. I would say the Chris Lindley story changed my life, to be completely honest with you about it. I had never heard it before. Like maybe some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you don't know what I'm talking about. I had never heard that story before. So at that point, I realized that I had something. Like I knew, you know, if you were going to do this doc, I knew stuff that had to be in it. Like Peeler had to be in it. Jerron had to be in it. You know, 95 Central Raytown. Like there's some stuff that's like I can't spoil. Like if you're a history of Kansas City basketball, those things are in it. But it was like, well, everybody knows that, you know, like, well, what else is there? And when I heard the Chris Lindley story, it sort of was that moment that was like, this can be a documentary. Getting Anthony Peeler footage for the first time. I had never seen Anthony Peeler play high school basketball before, not like at Paseo. I'd seen like in Downs All-American stuff. I'd seen him in the NBA, but I had never seen it before. That was one of the things. And just, I feel like I grew up in the era where like we looked up to play varsity basketball. Like you couldn't wait to go play varsity. So like getting a chance to like have them tell their story and talk to them about it was just really cool. You know, like getting them, you know, if one thing I know, people love to talk about themselves, especially if they was the man in high school. Ray's been telling them same stories for 25 years about how he was running things back in the day. Y'all know I ain't lying here.
Yeah, no,
that's what I got with Javon Crudup. He you know, listening to him talk, I was like, bro, stop it. You exaggerate.
Nah, man, I on the real, man, I can't wait to see the film, man, and we appreciate you coming on, man, and tell the people one more time, man, where they can see it at. If you have any more showings, go ahead and shout the film out.
Yeah, so to kind of give you a rundown of the next couple of days, tomorrow it's going to be at Screenland if you want to check it out. Friday it's going to be at the Fine Arts Theater. We're doing a big celebration for it being at the Fine Arts Theater. Jerron's going to be there. Kareem going to be there. So that's going to be really cool. And then this weekend, it's going to be running in 2 theaters. You're going to be able to see it in the Missouri side at Screenland. They've been a great partner. And now just starting a new relationship with the people over at Fine Arts Theater. So I actually, on a personal level, really want to be downtown at the old, you know, Alamo Draft House Theater. I just really love that theater. It'd be kind of cool to go down there. So that's what I'm going to be working on here. And then, you know, starting to transition to DVDs and put it on streaming services. So I'm really, I want to get this in the hands of as many people that want to see it.
That's what's up.
Hey, real quick, was you able to get a hold of Chris for this story?
Chris Lindley, he actually passed away. So,
really?
Yeah, he has passed away. So,
okay.
Yeah, no, just having the ability to tell his story and just learn a lot about it, you know. It was something I didn't know, you know. I had absolutely no clue, and that's actually my favorite part in the documentary. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but
yeah,
I just think it's a really interesting story, and how they used it to kind of propel their season, I think is really, really entertaining.
Definitely. Yep. I agree.
Hey, well, thank you so much for coming on to tell us about your documentary. Hope everybody's paying attention to where you can check it out. And yeah,
Paseo to Pembroke.
Paseo to Pembroke.
Thank you for having me, guys. I genuinely appreciate you guys having me on today. Thank you.
All right, C-Dot. Check you out later.
This crowd is ready and waiting. Number 1 against number 2.
Walk into a gym and you hear a ball bouncing, and you smell popcorn, and you hear a band. I don't think it gets any better than that.
The Peeler era that ended in 88 through the Drawn Rush era that ended in 98.
They loved it. I mean, it comes Friday night. You better get there early.
We like to call this place the Pit.
Oh, Friday night. Literally, you felt like you were fighting for your life.
You need security to get off the bus.
This is going to be nasty.
You know, heard the stories about Coach later. I hear these guys talk. I'm like, man, this man must be crazy.
1,000 people running out on the floor, just engulfed the whole floor. And
they didn't award us the trophy. And it was a joke.
There isn't a seat to be had in here tonight.
I think it holds 10,500. And I bet I've had 20,000 people tell me to write that game.
This is going to be a happening. This was more than a basketball game.
We're not worthy over here.
And I said, who is this kid? And they said, Coach, that's the next phenom of Kansas City basketball. That's Ron Rush.
By the time I was 11, like, who were the best players in the country?
In the evolution of Metro sports, yeah, Geron and Kareem Rush were huge.
Man, we were at each other's throat.
Who do they think they are? I mean, they ain't the only ones that can play ball in the city.
I said, all right, watch this.
The head of the pack.
He could just flat out score.
And so you couldn't talk trash to him. He would laugh.
He was a dog on both ends of the floor.
That's a long legacy, and it's a proud tradition.
It's right here in the city. Right here.
Hey, we Kansas City basketball. This is what we do in this part of town.
Money over bitches and niggas. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Why do fools fall in?
Relax your mind and let your soul run free. You're now rocking with Mob and E18. Lyrical grinding, real talk rhyming. Why do fools fall in love? Holly lining diamonds. Can't keep your girl like I. First I make her laugh, then I make her cry. Then I make her beg till I tell her she can stay. Wake up and do it again the next day. It's the story of a young boy turned back. Couldn't turn back with a DeLorean. Pimps I used to glory 'em. Met a couple whores, then I broke a couple more of them. Now I perform my art form in auditoriums. Yeah, and I'm addicted to the fast life. Baby, what you waiting on? This could be our last night. I don't wanna fuss a fight, I just wanna make you feel right. I'm feeling kinda groovy tonight. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we like to welcome you to the highly anticipated Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Starring Hollywood. It's Hollywood.
Can come out, show their style, show their fashion, show off their sneakers. We have little Mike who will be hosting the event. DJ 911 will be in charge of the music. We'll be having red carpet interviews. Cash daughter will be in charge of photography, as well as other people that'll be there snapping photos. 18 kid vendors, kid entrepreneurs that will be vendors, yo. So that's something I'm so excited about. We giving them an opportunity to showcase their business and get some money in their pockets, man. So if you're not doing anything this Saturday, we at the Arts Tech building. The sneaker ball starts at 6:30. You can purchase tickets at the door. If you are an online person and want to get them in advance, you may also do that at Eventbrite. Police will be there. Security will also be there. And no, you can't drop off your kids. You must stay there with your child. It's not one of those type of events. We want our parents to be fully engaged with their children and have fun with them. So look forward to seeing everybody, man.
Hey, I'm gonna be there, right, man. I don't have
excited.
kids, but I'm definitely coming out to support, man. Fall sneaker ball for kids.
Did you buy a ticket?
2021. I didn't buy a ticket.
Cash, what do you niggas think?
Hey, I'm sick of your shit, bro.
Oh my god.
Don't do that. Don't do me like that, bro.
I know we're so
shout out to
excited
the
for it.
event, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to the event for sure.
Yeah.
Just love to keep doing stuff for the kids, man. So every time the promoters do something for the adults, I'm just gonna circle back and do it for the kids.
Yeah, give them something to do. They definitely need something to do.
We need something to do. We can sit here and complain, but
you said that all of the vendors and participants are kids.
All of the vendors.
How do you define that?
Well, what do you mean define?
Like a kid, like who qualifies or who doesn't qualify? 17
and
under.
under. Yeah, 17 under, and they're all they have little businesses, lemonade, snacks, wristbands, T-shirts. Like they do, a lot of things that. Trying to daughter, she does accessories, she does wristbands and keychains and stuff like that. Just trying to put money in her pocket. So I wanted to make sure it was for the kids completely. I even wanted to get a kid DJ to come on and be a part of it, but I, couldn't find one that wanted to participate.
Oh, okay. Well,
Cash daughter is what? She's 15?
Yeah, she's 15.
15. So yeah, Cash daughter's 15. This is really around kids and teens and giving them highlighting them.
Speaking of highlights, let's talk about these BET Awards that went on this past weekend.
The BET Hip Hop Awards.
I'm sorry, BET Hip Hop Awards, because you're right, it is two different ones. It's like the BET Awards and then it's the BET Hip Hop Awards.
The Hip Hop Awards. That's right.
I ain't even gonna front. The most exciting part was Nelly. Like, I don't even know why we even got to talk about nothing else on it. Like,
okay,
it
wait,
was
Cash.
so good. Okay, what?
Cash, I'm not gonna disagree with you yet, but
yet
you were I'm gonna put you on the spot though, because I'm sick of your shit. You were in Atlanta.
Okay.
You were in Atlanta during the weekend, right?
Yeah.
And the BET Awards, it aired last night, but you were down there as it was happening.
That actual weekend, which is crazy because I don't know if it was actually planned that way, but it just kind of felt that way. So of course that whole weekend, like Atlanta was just crazy. I mean, it was parties everywhere, celebrity sightings everywhere. I mean, it was a really good weekend, really cool weekend. It didn't reflect in the award show because they were boring, but
You thought the actual awards broadcast was trash.
I just feel like I don't know. I feel like we do like a lot for the MTV Awards, and then by the time like the Hip Hop Awards come around, it's just like they do like bare minimum effort. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, or maybe it's just
I didn't.
What?
I didn't really feel that it was trash.
I didn't say.
I mean, it wasn't. Well, that it was boring. Then that was the word that you used. I don't really feel that it was boring. It wasn't like classic. There's been some classic BET Hip Hop Award moments. But even the fact that the BET Hip Hop Awards is not something that is very, very old. I think it might be only like 20 years old, even if
is
that
it even that old?
much. I don't even know if it's that old.
Let's
but
see.
The BET Hip Hop Awards have had some classic moments. I don't think that this one was a classic moment, but it seemed that it was, real down south Atlanta heavy, and I appreciated some moments of it. I think that
Nelly.
Well, Nelly, they ended it on Nelly because he received the I Am Hip Award. He was
Let's
in
see.
this year's. I don't know if it's. I think it is about 20 years old though.
I wonder if
it's 14 years old.
14.
It was first in 2006, according to this.
I wonder if it's secondhand to their awards that take place in June, and maybe that's
the actual BET Awards.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. That it's just kind of like a off-season award show, I guess you could say.
And that's that's where I got the idea for the Kansas City People's Choice Awards was from the BET Awards in June. So, people always saying, well, you should do this type of awards. You should do this. And I feel like if I was to branch it out, those type of awards would not get as much support as the Kansas City People's Choice
That
Award.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's the BET Hip Hop Awards is a more focused area versus the regular award show that they have in June, which is more broad. But I think you just kind of have to be a fan of hip hop. I didn't know half of the young folks and the artists in those ciphers that they did. I think I always try to tune into the BET Awards because of that cipher tradition that they started.
Yeah, but
where they'll have the freestyle ciphers, right? But there were some moments. Now, did y'all watch the ciphers at least?
I didn't watch it at all.
I did. Yes, I did. I did.
I was at
But
I
like
was
you
at the
said,
I was
it's a lot
watching. I
of
was at
people
the
that don't
documentary.
know.
Yeah, I was at the
Okay,
basketball
we'll give you
documentary,
that.
so I couldn't watch it.
But over the last few years, the ciphers have gotten worse and worse. Like, we have to admit that. Like, when it first started, the idea of it and the people that participated, it was really big. It was like a really
Because
major
they start
thing.
putting Atlanta rappers on ciphers and they can't freestyle. They trash.
Well, this awards, their format, I think they did like 4 different ciphers. They did them kind of like on the commercial breaks. You know, they would come back in with a cipher, and I wish y'all would have watched it. If you haven't watched it, Kenny Diamonds is saying that it's hot garbage in the comments.
He'll be back on TV.
But
I'm gonna check it out.
listen, let me say this. Let me say this. First and foremost, my favorite moment, the person who I think, the rapper, the artist that I think really shined, and I appreciated his moment the most in the ciphers, was an artist named Simba. I think he's out of California, but I'm not too sure. But they had a lot of artists out of California and out of New York on these ciphers. They did have listen, Cash, you're gonna love this, okay? They had this LGBT rapper.
What? Wait.
Well, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Can we talk about that?
Let me tell you why I think that you're gonna love this. Let me say this. I think there was this LGBT rapper out of Chicago. I think his name was Ken Kidd or something like that. Are you all familiar with this guy, Ken Kidd?
No.
Okay, good. So Ken Kidd is this LGBT rapper that they had in one of the BET Hip Hop Awards ciphers, right?
Right.
It fucked me up too. Listen.
I need you to get to it.
Listen, I'm not even talking about his performance or anything, right? But Ken Kidd, if you're not familiar with him, you should Google him, because I'm looking at the waves, the Wesley Snipes cut. Ken Kidd wears his hair like Cash wears her hair.
It took you 5 minutes just to say that.
That's where you with that?
I was trying to explain it. You motherfuckers didn't watch. Y'all didn't even watch the cipher, but
it felt like it was going somewhere else.
You took a whole 3 miles just to say the dude had the same hair as Cash. God damn.
Well, but I was going to say that, but Cash jumped down
I wish
my
the
throat
producer
because
started using your fucking mic.
Tom,
you jumped down my throat.
I didn't. I was just trying to figure out why,
I'm sitting here waiting to see why would Cash like it. All he had to say was, y'all had the same goddamn hairstyle.
That's it. That's all.
Want to be T.I. intellectual so bad.
Listen, man, it ain't even that. I'm sick of
your
shit.
I'm sick of your shit.
Hey.
Listen, bro, I had to point out who I was talking about, because I couldn't just say it was a rapper.
But no, you could have.
Right. I thought you was gonna say you liked him twerking.
Or I didn't know where it was going. Like, shit.
He wasn't twerking, and Ray, don't do that, man. Stop that shit. Listen, the
shit.
motherfucker. Listen, no, it's worth talking about. The motherfucker wore his hair like Cash, which means nothing, right? But it's the fact that it was an LGBT rapper in the cipher. Like, it threw me off. Like, that's what I, that's
they got
the really
an alphabet
bigger
crew
point.
in the cipher. Cool.
No, we're not gonna do that either. We not.
I wish I could do.
Kenny said he has 0 bars.
0. I wish I could do
I
a rap cipher at the Kansas City People's Choice Awards, but the minute I do it, the rappers who don't get selected,
it's gonna be a whole thing.
Yeah, and that's why.
But it's gonna be a whole thing no matter what you do, though. So I mean,
that's right,
and that's why I leave.
It's already a whole thing.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it's
why I leave their ass
already
out
a
of it
thing. It's
because of
already
that
a
shit.
thing.
You
I
know,
would say
it's the rappers have the most negativity about the award show.
Don't do that, bro.
I'm telling
The
the truth.
rappers,
I
but it's
swear
a
to
lot
God.
of negativity. It's a lot of like people
Yeah.
I didn't
in
say that.
various industries and business areas that have negativity
That just
towards it.
comes with
What
it.
you're
I said
saying
the
is you're
majority
saying
of
the
it comes
rappers.
from the rappers. And
Wow.
that's a fact. That is a fact. Majority of the hate and criticism comes from the rappers. I'm
I
telling
mean,
you.
I would say there's always a
Kenny
big
Diamond said,
controversy around a rapper every year of the award show.
well,
I mean,
rappers,
That's why they
rap is full of controversy, right?
nah.
Like that's just the
That's
art.
different,
That's the
though.
art. That's the industry.
Yeah.
Rap is full of fucking controversy. It's a whole
Well, next
different
year,
area.
guess what? It won't be a best rapper category.
Shut up. Yes, you will. Don't do that.
He's not gonna
You
do that. He
can't-
joking
right.
people. He joking people. He's not gonna take the best
Everybody.
rapper category away.
I'm
Stop
telling
that,
you,
man.
I thought about it because I'm like, y'all don't want to, acknowledge and be appreciative that you're included. I just remove your ass out of it.
I mean, look at it. It even happens at the BET Hip Hop Awards. I'm
And that's
sure
cool.
there was somebody complaining that they weren't nominated. That's just the name
And
of the
that's
game
cool.
in award shows.
With me being in charge, I have the ability to remove their ass.
Okay.
Don't
I
you?
still think
You better
ain't-
not open nothing.
That's
to
too.
eat.
That's too big of an award.
We had a
to
whole
just
commercial break.
because it's a lot of it is a lot of Kansas City rappers that are not part of that negative energy that you're talking about. Not and I know you ain't gonna never take away that award from them. So I'm sick of your
He
shit.
said,
Whatever you talking about. He on some bullshit. He's showing out.
He said,
I'm just keeping it real.
All right, y'all. Okay, so I know y'all heard. Okay, so this past Tuesday, I believe, there was this huge scandal evolving around Facebook. A woman named, was it Monday? But she testified Tuesday, right?
It was like Sunday. She went on 60 Minutes. You talking about the Facebook whistleblower?
Her name is Frances. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right. Hagen. Let's just go Hagen. Frances Hagen. That sounds like a porn name. Frances.
She was on 60 Minutes Sunday night. And I think that was the first time that she had revealed her identity because she's a former employee and she had already exposed Facebook
but this
some
was
things
her
and
time showing her face.
I think the first Sunday was her first. She was on 60 Minutes, and then she testified before the Senate. I saw her on CNN. That was either I think that was Tuesday, is what you're referring to.
Okay.
And she
Let's see.
Yeah,
she's
she
a
exposed
37-year-old. Well, she's a 37-year-old former Facebook product manager. And basically what she was saying, well, not basically, because there's a lot. One of the things that she accused them of was that Facebook incites a lot of the not riots, but they incited the riots at the Capitol. She's also claiming that Facebook was Facebook was the one who pushed a lot of the Trump hate speech, a lot of the what was the group called? The QAnon, that they pushed a lot of that rhetoric out there. So basically that Facebook has just been kind of inciting a lot that has been going on in politics, is what she's saying.
I saw a piece of her testimony before the Senate, and she was saying things like Facebook is committed to growing at all costs, and some of their community policies or sort of a front, because behind the scenes they promote certain things. They have research and data that showed some of the effects of social media bullying on kids and young social media users. And on the forefront, they have these policies, but in the background, what she was saying before the Senate is that they exploit a lot of that. They feed off of that because it generates views, engagements, impressions, and that sort of thing, and it continues to grow. Their
they
platform.
spread a lot of misinformation to get people riled up, to get people on the platform talking about it, things of that nature. Now, the funny thing,
she released a lot of internal research and documents and data.
I think it's a 700 page. I think is what it says. Yeah, 700 pages of information.
I definitely believe Facebook is responsible for a lot of this shit, especially during the Trump era. They try to act like, oh, they didn't support it, but no, I feel like they are involved and included with a lot of shit that goes on social media. They pick and choose when to take people's shit down and censor it, but they let other shit fly. So
now, what's funny about all of this happening? So we were all there for when Facebook and Instagram were completely down. Now, this happened around the same time that this story broke. Yeah, it was Monday.
It was
Monday.
Happened. Yeah.
I hear you. You keep yelling. It was Monday at me. I heard
My
you
bad.
the first time.
Okay.
So Monday, that's when the Facebook and Instagram shut down. But like I said, what's funny about that is that's the same day that this story kind of leaked. So do we think conspiracy or not? Did Facebook shut down everything so that this story could not, be everywhere on their platform? Because if you even look now, I don't see any articles about it. Or if people are posting articles, Facebook must be taking them down. Because there's just no way that this is not flooded
absolutely.
on
there. Goddamn right. Because I just got out. I'm fresh out of jail off of a 30-day bid for some bullshit. Careful. No. But I'm just saying that I have been a victim of Facebook's bullshit. And how they let certain shit go, but then they'll throw motherfuckers in the slammer and act like they got community policies and this is a violation. It's all bullshit. This is a woman who worked for you guys and released documents, research, talked about how they would send out emails to employees when certain events were going on and tell them if you post, you have to word things this way and that way. And what I'm saying is to answer your question, Cash, on Monday, when Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all of those platforms went down, they were fucking burning and destroying shit.
Oh, yeah. Shredding. Get into that.
It ain't no fucking way that she was on 60 Minutes the night before showing her face, right? Because before that, it was just there's a Facebook whistleblower who's releasing these things. It was out there before that, but now when she actually sat down and you could see
gave the
who
full
it was,
extent,
and gave the full extent, and then I wasn't expecting when I saw her. I turn on CNN every day. I'm an old nigga, so Ray, don't even say shit. But I turn on CNN every day, and I saw her on CNN. And I wasn't expecting to see that, but she was testifying before the Senate. So that shows you just how major this is. And they were real candid with a lot of the questions they were asking her. And she wasn't pulling no punches. She basically said Facebook was behind they were complicit in inciting that riot against the Capitol with them crazy fucking I don't even know what they call themselves, but she says Facebook was behind that. And for Facebook to go down the day after she put we was able to put a face to the story,
and then it happened.
Social media, it was crazy because a lot of folks,
very suspect.
I think a lot of folks thought that they were like me. When something like that happens, I think, damn, they done threw me back in the slammer. What the fuck did I do? I can't log in.
So were y'all panicking? Y'all were resetting your phones and resetting routers.
I didn't panic, but I thought, man, what the fuck just happened? Because I think I might have just I've been, like I told you, I've been trolling a lot of posts and saying, hey, I'm reporting this shit. Everybody got me fucked up on this post. And I thought somebody reported me because my next post, I couldn't post it. And so then I went right to Instagram, and that feed wasn't refreshing either. So I just went into like a little troubleshooting mode. So I didn't panic, but it was really crazy because it was down all day.
So I mean, like, are you one of those people like you were affected by that? Like, did you feel like that stress, that anxiety because you weren't able to like scroll all day?
No, because it was Monday. If that shit had happened today, knowing that we got a podcast to do, we got
Yeah, that's
broadcast, we
different.
going live, then I would have been flipping the fuck out. I'd have been knocking all of the furniture over in my house if it was on a day where I was really going to use social media for what I use it for. But on Monday, I laughed about it because I thought they think they slick. You know, this woman just went on 60 Minutes last night, and now everything is down. And then even when it came back up, a lot of people's pictures and data and posts was kind of
Was
slow to
missing. Yeah.
refresh, right? Yeah, no, I believe that they was trying to clean up house.
This
I
is
don't know.
what I dislike about the social media being down was people saying that, oh, they wish it don't come back up. And these were people who get money off social media. And I'm thinking, why would you want social media to stay down when that's the number one platform for you to promote your business, regardless if you're a hairdresser, promoter, lash tech, whatever may be the case? To me, that's the dumbest shit ever, to wish a free platform stayed down and you can no longer use that, for your advantage. That makes no sense. Because I would be fucked up because I have about 40,000 followers on Facebook. That's large. You know what I mean? Different countries, different everywhere. So if I was to lose my Facebook, hell, I would be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because I built that up, especially dealing with the awards. Man, that's going to be hard to come back from.
I think people say that as a cover of like that whole, well, you shouldn't be on Facebook scrolling all day anyway, or you shouldn't be on social media all day anyway. You know, that's that kind of, that fake woke way of thinking.
I
That,
think it's that crowd of people that kind of feels like, pull the plug on all of this shit and we don't need it anyway. And I wasn't even tripping. I didn't even notice that social media was down. That crowd of folks are the folks that are not, like you said, business oriented, where they're using it for more than,
they were business owners that was saying it. People who have businesses and promote on
oh,
social
you
media.
saw business owners saying saying shit like that.
Yes.
I mean, that's why
look, we sick of that shit. We sick of that shit. Who in the fucking, like I said, look, it was on Monday and they got it back up and running. It wasn't a day where me personally, the business that we run, I didn't feel like it was going to affect it because it happened on a Monday. But if that shit happened on a Wednesday, I'd have been knocking shit over because of what we use social media.
I mean, imagine that happening for a week. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like that would be really major. Like we can act like it wouldn't be major and we can act like social media is just for bullshit. But like you said, a lot of us, that's how we make our money. Like that's how I make my money. You know, I get so many photo shoots and so many jobs off of
Everybody
Facebook.
do.
And we really do.
Average Joe, I wouldn't care about them making that comment, but you have a business, you promote. What?
Wait a minute, Ray, you telling me that you saw business owners, people that were invested?
Did you call them out?
And yeah, I tweeted. I said, bro, y'all lying as fuck. Like, well, how could you be okay with that?
Wow.
With social media going down, how are you going to make your money now? How are you going to reach your clientele now if social media goes away? We're not prepared to go back into the 19th century where we was putting flyers on cars and shit like that.
No, we're not.
It's like, I hate when people do that. It's like it's an attention. It's kind of like clickbait on social media where they want you to click on it. That's all it was. Like,
well, like I said, it's that trendy thing to say because now you're trying to make yourself seem like you're just so above all the bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, you're so above it all, but like you said, like we're not going back to handing out no flyers or knocking on people's doors. Like the world doesn't even work that way anymore. So we can try to act like social media. We can act like it's not a biggest platform or biggest tool as it is. But I mean, in this day and age, it just is.
It definitely is. I mean,
it's no way around it.
People the opportunity of really doing the hard labor of work. You know, a lot of
because even when I was in Atlanta. Nobody asks like everybody's asking what's your social media, what's your Instagram page. Nobody even asks for your number hardly anymore. It's like, okay, well, what's your Instagram page?
Right.
It's like it's a digital business card.
It is.
And you can have multiple platforms of those business cards if you choose to use it the right way. If you have, I think really it just takes a little bit of common sense, because you can build yourself up from the ground just using social media. We've seen it over the years with a number. We just live in that era, right? And so I think that it's crazy that Ray is saying that he's seen business owners and people that can stand to use the power of social media. Cash, I think that that's just fucking crazy. I think that that's for me. I didn't see that. I saw the crowd
I didn't either.
of folks,
but I can see
I saw the crowd of folks that hey, well, if you using social media for something different, which I think we all do at times, but you have to understand the power of when to use it for, when to use it for its intended purpose. Because for me, from the beginning, I've always thought that social media, like, the Twitter, the Facebook pages, I said this last season on the podcast, I've always felt like that those things were intended to give people a platform and a voice to matter from the very, very beginning. And if you were if you had the right business mind, you could immediately see the power and the value behind social media.
Right. Definitely. It's too much power. And I tell people that all the time. Y'all take and spend your time talking about messy shit when you should be promoting yourself. Someone that does not have shit to promote, okay, they got all day in the world. But
I've seen people do both.
But I'm saying, like, I had someone with the awards get mad at me because I didn't post their business. And then I go to their page and their business not even tagged on their page, nor do they ever talk about their page. Talk about their business. And I had to confront that person. I'm like, bro, you never even talk about your own business, but you want me to post it on my page. But you talk about everything else, but except your business. So it's just fascinating that people literally don't use this free tool to their benefit, because I definitely do.
So yeah, like you said, it's free. Absolutely. Like, how can you turn that away? It's free promotion. Like, you can literally get on there every day and promote yourself.
It's about really, for me, I think it's about how privy you are to the way that business operations work. And a major part of any business operation is marketing and promoting and researching data, right? Like seeing what's out there in the industry that you are a part of. And social media is just an instant access for millions of people.
Yeah.
And
because you see how easy something can go viral. We've all seen something dumb go viral.
Things can go viral without you even spending money on, ads or promoting that particular post. It's just the power of social media. But I can't believe that that Ray seen that from business owners. But I can believe it at the same time because of what he deals with. Cash, me and you, we are entrepreneurs and we operate under our own operations. Right. But Ray, he deals with a number of those different entities because of what he does in the community with the awards. And that's just amazing to me that motherfuckers can even use or misuse social media in that way when they have a vested interest in it.
I think they pretend, but give those people a week off of social media and come on, nobody.
Yeah, it ain't.
They're not gonna make
without
it.
that shit.
Yeah, I get it. Like, sometimes you have to disconnect and kind of take your way away from it, because there is a lot of bullshit. There is a lot of messiness that can be on the internet and can be on social media. So I understand taking those breaks, but to just be like completely, oh, I don't need it, or I would never be on there, like, it's just not realistic.
And that's what people actually do need. I'm glad you said that. I think we do need to take social media breaks, and not just when we're on Facebook jail, because that information can consume you, and it could, seeing people, die and saying rest in peace every single day. That's very depressing. That can get to you. Seeing the negativity of posts and shit, that can get to you. Me personally, I do take breaks from social media. I wouldn't say they're like month-long breaks, but I've taken weeks, off from social media where I'm just finding people be wondering if I'm in Facebook jail, but I don't. And I use it for, the mental health and the sanity for myself to refresh and kind of, take that opportunity to think about new ideas, regroup, come back and be like, bam, I'm ready to hit it again. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we get indulged in that shit and it affects our lives.
Yeah,
I think that just speaks to, like I said, just your business acumen and how you truly look at social media. When you are,
hold on, why did the producer bring you up, but he didn't bring me up when I was just talking? Wow.
Here, go ahead. You want to do a replay?
I like how he muted you after you said that. He is sick of your shit. Ah, jinx.
He's a hater.
What I was saying was, I think if you use social media for the right intended purpose, which I think it is supposed to give you a platform for you to build yourself up from the bottom. It's an easy platform for you to be able to use that for marketing, for promo, like Ray said, for promoting yourself. Sometimes you can be consumed by a lot of the other it's coined social media, so a lot of people speak on social issues and what's going on in their social life and their personal life, and sometimes we get caught up in that, and that can consume you a little bit. But if you have the right business acumen, then you know when to take a step back from that and then to come back with more business reasons why you're on social media and trying to promote yourself, because it is a powerful platform for that. And like I said, if it fell on the right day, when the whole fucking social media was down, I would have been mad and kicking shit over, right? And so when people that are business owners say that they can go even a week, I can't even consider 3 days if all of social media was down. If 3 days of it was down, that will hurt a lot of
that's a lot of money gone for a lot of people.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, and it could be fun too. Like, we can't act like, we're just always on there for business. Like, between the three of us, we've had our moments of bullshit. So, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. But you gotta know when to come in there, to come into social media wearing one hat versus the other hat. And then you also got to understand that if this shit goes down, this hat that I wear on a professional scope is going to take a hit, right? So we can play how we want to play when we on social media. But again, when I just had to do that 30-day bid, it wasn't because I wanted to talk a lot of bullshit just on some social media personal rants. My business brand was affected in the way that I was restricted and limited from being able to use social media.
You can't comment, you can't do anything. So if somebody refers you to something, you kind of shit out of luck. I think even some people can't do Messenger, right? Is there a way, like, I know somebody was saying that they were even locked out of Messenger.
There's a level of Facebook jail that I have never reached. Let me put that on record. I've never reached, but I know that there is a level of Facebook jail where you can't even use Messenger.
That's
where they won't even let you go live. They won't let you do it. There's a level. I've seen people rant about it, right? And might I point out, they've all been black. More black people go to jail on Facebook than anybody else. But I think we had that argument level
before.
I'm just saying,
a lot of white people on Facebook.
I'm just saying it affects you if you are in a position, like, even if you use social media for bullshit for 4 days out of the week, and for 3 days out of the week, you using it for more professional business purposes, that's a lot of time to miss if that shit go down. That's all I'm saying.
I've done my bids, not like you said to that extent to where I couldn't use my Messenger. That's kind of wild. So I haven't done that one before.
So you guys, been on here.
You have, like, where you couldn't use Messenger at all?
Oh yeah, they shut me down, blocked my other page. So
what did you do? Because I've never had Messenger blocked, and they've never blocked my other pages, but I've seen that happen to folks.
Like I on that one, I just think I said a comment about, I think I said it was something about, man, I don't even know. I have to go into it, but yeah, they gave me 30 days. All because I was joking. Like, it was a comment that I said that I was just joking but they saying that I was being a bully. So I'm just like, wow, okay.
So are y'all different people on each app? I know some people say that. Like there's a Facebook you, there's an Instagram you, there's a Twitter you. Like each app, I think, is a little bit different based off of what you share and what you don't share. I know mine's is. Like certain things that I'll share on like Snapchat, I'm not putting that on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not happening.
I'm actually the same. Yeah, it doesn't matter which social site.
Really?
I say more belligerent shit on Twitter just because there's no filter. There's no fear of me going to jail. But Facebook, I got to be a little bit nice. Yeah, I got to watch what I say now. I used to be the same way on Facebook, but I can't afford to do a 30-day bid.
Yeah, I'm no longer on Twitter or Snapchat. Twitter is the devil's playground. I think
so
Snapchat was invented by cheaters for cheaters, and the whole concept of it, the disappearing.
You said Twitter was invented for cheaters?
No. Snapchat. Oh. Snapchat was invented by cheaters for cheaters. I'm no longer on any of those platforms.
Well, you produced Art of Cheating, so
the Art of Cheating episodes is a book series of mine, and I speak from inspiration, from personal experience. So I am very qualified to speak about matters of cheating, and the first thought that I had before I had even saw it for myself was that Snapchat. I said, oh, somebody that wanted to cheat came up with that shit. So when Cash, wait a minute, don't do that. Cash, wait a minute. Let's just talk about Snapchat for a quick second and the concept of what it is.
Let's get into it.
Snapchat is a platform where you
it's already 7:45. We can't table this for next week.
No, I just said a quick second, Ray. I'm sick of your shit. Shut the fuck up.
Your quick second goes for 10 minutes.
Ooh, no, that is a fact. That's a fact.
It ain't gonna do it this time. Cash, quit jeffing. Listen, Snapchat.
It's like that.
See, y'all won't let me get to the point. This is why it's gonna take fucking 10 minutes. Just let me get to the point. Because you about to go
all around the block to go.
I'm not. I'm just gonna say it. Can you give me a chance? Goddamn, can y'all give me a chance? Snapchat, this is what it is in a nutshell. You can do video messages or text messages, and they disappearing messages. You can set how long they there before they disappear, right? There's no filter, just like Twitter, right? It ain't no fucking filter that steps in and say, oh no, you can't post this type of content, you going to jail. So the fact that it's disappearing messages with no filter, how can you tell me that is not something invented by cheaters for cheaters?
Facebook has disappearing messages too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Facebook will send you to jail for certain shit. Like,
but we're talking about disappearing messages, though. We're just talking about the messages.
I'm talking about the no filter as well, right? I'm talking about all of those things included.
I'm just talking about the messaging part.
Facebook you can't post nudity. Cash said that she will post some shit on Snapchat that she not gonna post. Oh no,
I wasn't saying nudity.
I know you wasn't saying nudity.
You're going off what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the messaging part. I want you to know that Facebook has disappearing messages. You got to catch up, Grandpa.
No. I listen. I know that Facebook has that. Facebook did not start off with that. He's an asshole. He's a jerk. Listen, Facebook didn't start off with that, and Snapchat was the first platform. You can look it up, fact check whoever the producer is in the background. I'm sick of this shit. Fact check this. Snapchat was the first platform that introduced that, and then everybody else that had it after that.
But don't say it like Snapchat just made it easier to cheat. I mean, it didn't make it easier. If it made it easier, you was doing it the wrong way.
I've never used Snapchat to cheat.
Listen, Snapchat has disappearing. The messages disappear, and
you are so fascinated by that.
No, I'm not fascinated. I'm just amazed that these things are approved in the industry. Not only does your message disappear on Snapchat, if somebody takes a snapshot of your message, they tell you.
Things I need to know. You can't be getting free nudes. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
he's old. He's old, Cash. He's old.
No, this ain't got nothing to do with me being old.
You do
God
sound
damn it,
like somebody's like parent, like
I'm a
describing it
nigga
back
from
to
an old
them.
school. I'm a nigga from an old school era that understands how those things can be used for devious fucking intent.
That's why they did it for us. We get how
Exactly.
it works
That's
too.
what the fuck I'm sick of your shit, Cash. That's what the fuck I've been trying to say, man. It's a fucking cheaters app invented by cheaters for cheaters. Niggas like my nigga said, sneaky links in the comments. It's the sneaky link.
Sneaky links was happening way before Snapchat, though.
I know, just like, but we ain't got to put flyers on the cars no more. Like y'all said, it's social media being used and amplifying certain culture and behavior. And Snapchat with the disappearing messages, and you gonna tell a motherfucker if I screenshot, that shit is all for cheaters, and you know it. Fuck out of here.
Okay. Some of the things that you choose to like take a real firm stance on just really crack me up.
It wasn't that firm of a stance. I'm
it'd be
drunk.
firm
I've been drinking
you
Hennessy.
get like your.
Y'all know I'm
it's
drinking
like his
Hennessy
voice.
all fucking night.
Right, he gets like that little voice on.
Whatever. I'm sick of y'all shit, man. I'm sick of y'all shit. I'm sick of y'all for real.
Like your preaching voice. Okay. I'm sorry.
You know I made a good point. You know I made a good point.
You didn't make
Ray,
a good point.
Ray, you just said last week about how Twitter is this porn haven and it's no filter, it's no restriction.
Oh, sneaky link back in the day. Call and let the phone ring one time and I'll call you back.
You ain't got to do none of that shit no more.
Man,
all right,
look.
Grandpa, the producer, said, let's wrap it up for this episode.
The soapbox voice.
Shit,
that's what
man.
we calling it. And when you do your soapbox voice, it'd be so serious.
Right.
Man, whatever.
It makes me feel like I'm in school.
He be so serious, think he proving something. We be like,
womp womp womp.
Right.
I'm talking to H.